Hey everybody, let me just fix this up. There you go. Welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters Podcast. It's your boy SergDragon. With me always is Team Money, aka His Majesty
King Terence.
There you go. This time around we will do the reviewing of the 27th and 28th of May Raw and Smackdown. Just a heads up, if you hear me coughing, I am a little under the weather with the pollen. I'm a little congested, so if you hear me hacking up along, I do apologize. Anyway, we start off Monday Night Raw with the premiere of the first wild card, Kofi Kingston issuing a challenge to Brock Lesnar, hoping that he would just go ahead and cash in his title, his Money in the Bank briefcase. We then see an unfamiliar sight of Brock Lesnar coming in with his new brand t-shirt. I think it was called Brock Party.
Yeah, but that wasn't a t-shirt. It was like a cutout jacket.
He's got new merchandise, and he's using the briefcase like it's a boombox. The heck, that's some 80s stuff. Right there, that's some 80s stuff.
80s and 90s, too bad.
Hell yeah. Ultimately, though, challenges, would be made but Brock Lesnar would have nothing of it. That would be then when Dolph Ziggler runs into the ring, jumping Kofi Kingston once again, along with Xavier Woods coming in to the assist, and it would be still Xavier Woods and Dolph Ziggler just attacking each other throughout the night. Not even a match. Until Kofi Kingston comes out once again to defend his buddy from being attacked with a chair from Dolph Ziggler. We would then have the Usos hosting a Memorial Day party and not invite, as they said, the Revival. Having themselves a good old time. Yeah, Tyler. Ah, that's right. Shane McMahon would then invite the cousin of Roman Reigns, another Samoan by the name of Lance Anoa. And ultimately just run him ragged until Drew McIntyre interferes and ultimately ending the match in disqualification. Roman Reigns then comes out and stops the whole thing from continuing. Brock Lesnar makes an appearance along with Paul Heyman back into the ring, only for Seth Rollins to call him out to cash in the title. And it is brought to Brock Lesnar's attention, keyword by Paul Heyman, saying that they have an entire year to cash in this the briefcase. Brock Lesnar didn't know. He's like, I got a year? Yeah. You know about this? A year? Yeah. Smack him with the contract. He then walks out after saying, screw you, to Seth Rollins with this Money in the Bank briefcase. The Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch and Nikki Cross then fight the Tag Team Women Champions, the Iconics, and defeat them accordingly. They finally get in a match, but it's not for the tag team titles.
It's a non-title match.
Yeah, I know. That's what sucks. After a couple of scenes from the party, the Revival make their appearance only for the Usos to find out that they were invited, none other than the wife of Jimmy Uso, Naomi, telling them that they need to put this childish pranks behind them and just get along. Throughout the night, they would do so on behalf of Naomi. Courtesy of the defeat Ricochet had last week, he then has another rematch with Cesaro and gets the win. proving that it isn't just a fluke that he lost to Cesaro, but he lost fairly because he was still injured. Having time to recuperate, he came back on top. Oh, damn, this is sad. Courtesy of the injuries he sustained from Samoa Joe, Michael Cole announces that Rey Mysterio will have to relinquish the United States Championship next week. Samoa Joe appears and says he will be on hand to take what he feels is rightfully his. But will he be handed the title, or will the title be put in a match?
No, the title be vacated because Rey Mysterio's injury is bad.
That's what I'm saying. He feels that someone is just going to hand him the title that he feels he never lost. That's not usually how it works. Shoot. Damn. I didn't know about this. I didn't know that stipulation was on the line. It then would be a fatal four-way match between Baron Corbin, The Miz, Braun Strowman, and Bobby Lashley. Ultimately, Baron Corbin would be on top in that match. And this is the part I didn't know. Baron Corbin, thanks to that fatal four-way match, is now the #1 contender for Seth Rollins' Universal Championship at Battleground. Wait, Super Showdown. Never mind. We're going into Saudi Arabia instead of the Battleground pay-per-view. Okay. I did not know that. So Baron Corbin doesn't mind going to Saudi Arabia. Go figure. Oh. This was talked about. Sami Zayn is then guest of the debut edition of the Electric Chair Question and Answer segment, hosted by Corey Graves. The fans in the audience would then just ask random questions, some good, some bad, ultimately belittled by Sami Zayn. Ultimately, he himself would even go so far as to mention Seth Rollins dating Becky Lynch, and even mentioning that how does he feel about All Elite Wrestling, AEW? How did Vince McMahon allow that?
They're not seeing them as competition.
Well, he gave a shout out. It's being said on Google News.
I don't think he allowed it. He knows about it.
Ultimately, Seth Rollins would come out picking a fight with Sami Zayn, and then they would have a match. Ultimately, Sami Zayn loses to Seth Rollins in that match, and that would end the night in a non-title match. Yeah, I thought there was more to that. Also, nothing would be shown. I guess they would show his face, talk about it, but apparently R-Truth didn't show up to Monday Night Raw at all, which is kind of smart. I'm trying to think, who were the stars from the shakeup besides Xavier Woods, Dolph Ziggler, and Kofi Kingston from SmackDown? I can't think of anybody. Yeah, AJ Styles couldn't compete, so they put Baron Corbin.
Because AJ Styles is injured.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess they only had 3 people. I can't think of anybody besides those 3. Because thanks to Kevin Owens, Big E's leg is injured again. Okay, so we hit the 9-minute, 30-minute mark. So go ahead and look up the 28th of May on SmackDown. And while he does that, I'll go ahead and give a shout out to our boys, Xavier Hill and Mike Henry. A shout out to y'all. A link into their YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below as always. And a remaining shout out to our 5 remaining members of the Heavy Monsters podcast: Renee, Farrell, Andre, Chris Petrie, and Delvin. What you got? Pretty much it's just Kevin Owens coming out stating that he did attack. Sounds like he didn't. He did attacked Big E, and ultimately he's not getting a title shot, but Dolph Ziggler is at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. It would then be a Money in the Bank rematch where Kofi Kingston fights I'm about to say Xavier Woods. That's not good. It would be Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston starting off the show with that match, the first match of the night. And Kofi Kingston ends up defeating Kevin Owens, proving that it wasn't a fluke of him beating him at Money in the Bank. Excuse me, I'm trying not to cough, so if I sound like I'm trying to catch my breath, that I literally am. Sadly, it would then be Dolph Ziggler, who's shown watching him from backstage. I thought he was about to jump again. We then have ourselves the first Raw shakeup wild card. It would be Drew McIntyre backstage with Shane McMahon and Elias. R-Truth is shown running around backstage with his 24/7 title and Carmella. He calls it a European Championship. Drake Maverick, excuse me. Drake Maverick, hold up. Be right back so I can get this out of my lungs. Okay, there we go. Had to get that out of my lungs. Okay. Drake Maverick is walking around with water posters for R-Truth, saying he's doing it old school. We then have Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan. I think his name is Eric Rowan.
Yeah, Eric Rowan, yeah.
Come out next to the WWE ring, making jokes saying that there is no competition. Then they talk about the city, making pig jokes and whatnot. And then Heavy Machinery comes out issuing a challenge. They basically just say that they won't want those titles. Bryan accepts, but not in this state. They would leave the ring as Heavy Machinery looks on. So there will be a title match for Heavy Machinery. That's good. Good headaches. Headache coughs. Oh, here you go. You must be happy about this. You need to look for that magazine. Mandy Rose is now on Hers Muscle and Fit magazine, with Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose all handing out copies of the Muscle and Fitness, even to my favorite Ember Moon, who's just reading Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde book, a classic, I guess. In which case, they just shoved all these copies. You only need one copy. I would have ripped it right in front of her face. I would just take the front page and go shh, and say, I could have done worse. I could have taken to the shooting range. See how you look with a bunch of holes inside your photo. We then have Mandy Rose fighting against Carmella. Ultimately, thanks to the help outside interference with Sonya Deville, Carmella ends up losing the match, giving Mandy Rose the win. R-Truth is shown backstage running around before finally getting attacked by Jinder Mahal, ultimately still able to keep his title. He ends up hiding in a photo booth, dude. That was a classic. Even B-Team and Matt Hardy was in that group chasing his butt, looking for him. something interesting. Why is he doing this? Why? Why is he just getting in the ring and kick somebody's face in? Aleister Black is doing a promo where he's literally begging somebody to pick a fight with him.
He wants somebody.
Just get in the ring and pick a fight with anybody. Come on. We didn't have, if I remember correctly, because it says something else here, but we have a Shane Appreciation Night. Oy. A promo will be shown of his greatest accomplishment in the recent years and some of his best scenes back then. We then have freaking R-Truth running around being chased by Drake Maverick, ultimately having a match right there and then, a quick 1, 2, 3, saving his title, but then is assaulted by Drew McIntyre, Shane McMahon, and Elias, who are greatly upset that he crashed the party while trying to defend his 24/7 title. Shane McMahon then puts it into Elias's head to pin him for the 1, 2, 3, and Elias is your 4th 24/7 champion. Damn it. Shane McMahon then makes a match right there and then for a tag team match between a newly crowned 24/7 champion Elias and Drew McIntyre against the just beaten down R-Truth and Roman Reigns. Damn. Lacey Evans is shown backstage where she's drinking tea with Charlotte Flair. They say that they're going to send Bayley back to the kiddie pool where she belongs after beating down on Becky Lynch. Bayley defeats the wild card because she's from Raw. Lacey Evans proving that it was not a fluke that she is still the SmackDown Women's Champion. Ultimately, thanks to her attacking Charlotte Flair, it would be considered almost interference from Charlotte, who came into the ring, and Lacey Evans is blaming her. Those two were just drinking tea together, and Charlotte just knocks the hell out of Lacey Evans, the lady of WWE. Man, we got trouble in the tea time party. Originally, that was supposed to be for Paige, Charlotte, and Becky, but I guess you take it where you can get it.
Becky's Irish, bro. Irish.
They have tea time.
Irish?
Her and them were always doing that tea time thing, doing this.
But see,
They do that.
Irish don't drink tea.
I know. I didn't know that, but I figured. I drink tea. I don't mind drinking tea. I had tea today because it helps me with my throat. With some honey.
They do Irish beer.
I don't do beer. Yeah. The big ass can. Oh wait, that's Australian. Never mind. You need to drink some Australian beer then. See if you can drink that whole damn can.
Like a handle.
Ah, a pint.
Yeah.
Drink a pint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or bottle.
Andrea and Zelina Vega. I always thought it was Selena Vega. It's Zelina Vega. Are interviewed backstage. Andrea says that the Super Showdown that he will find his inner demon, and when he fights against Finn Balor. Why did they put this? Look at this. Andrea says that he will find his inner demons when he finds his inner demon and fights against Andrea. What? Andrea fights Andrea.
I don't know.
Who the hell did that? It's Finn Balor. Finn Balor is saying that he's injured thanks to the Money in the Bank ladder match, but he will try to heal up at Super Showdown in Saudi Arabia. Apparently, they're saying that the demon Finn Balor will make an appearance at Saudi Arabia. They're even showcasing the poster against Andrea, Cien Almas. So if you want to get confused,
They don't use his last name though.
We finally got another episode of Bray Wyatt, and we have a name for that sinister mask, known as the Fiend. For those who want to know what a Fiend, it's like a demon but more human appearance. So, yeah, fits the bill. And that when he puts on that face, he could be anything he wants. So, he does then do a limbo, doing the spider walk again. Or crab walk, I don't know, crab walk's that way. Spider walk, yeah. And he says, creepily, upside down, all you have to do is let me in. So that was the episode. We then have the match of the night, Roman Reigns tagging up with an injured R-Truth to fend against Drew McIntyre and the newly crowned 24/7 title. After that match, that Elias is crowned the 24/7 champion, Shane McMahon suspends the rules. He is abusing his power right there and then, saying that he is suspending the rules to defend the title so that Elias doesn't have to worry about it until the match is over. Key word. After Roman Reigns, along with R-Truth, successfully defeat Drew McIntyre and Elias, putting Elias down for 1, 2, 3. Shane McMahon is looking in there with a disappointed face, only to have Roman Reigns point at Elias with R-Truth nearby, dragging him across Elias' chest with the referee already still there. 1, 2, 3, your 5th and 2-time 24/7 champion, R-Truth. And he was already saying that it's getting tiring to carry that title. He's getting worn out. Who's going to carry that mantle? Very soon, I imagine.
Anybody who go after it. That's what they did for the hardcore title.
We'll have to see.
That's what they're doing for that. Because everybody's doing the same thing with the hardcore title.
Oh, so the rules were the same with the hardcore title?
Yeah, everybody's going after that. Going after the one guy.
Oh, so it is the hardcore title, just newly named.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what they're trying to act like. That's the hardcore title. That's what they're doing. Like they're getting people are going after the person who has the belt.
Yeah, Chuck E. Cheese's, places like that, Funplexes. That was fun. Walmart's, parking lots.
Yeah, when you see a guy with the belt.
Supermarkets,
like
movie theater. That was fun.
That's what Raven and Tom Dreamer did when they were at Hardcore Chambers. They're going after the guys who had the person who had the belt, and they're hitting that person with weapons to get the belt.
I almost had a cough there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be the end of our video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for the next Heavy Monsters podcast. With that said, peace out.
Bye.
And good night.